Alright, this is Chapter 4 setup video for Ravenclaw. You will need your ISN, a pair of scissors, glue, pen, and the packet that says Chapter 4 Vocabulary Functions, okay? Rather large packet, so I recommend taking out the staple first and then cutting it down the middle. I'm actually going to take it and cut it in a couple different sections to make life easier for me. All right, so on page 75, you're going to glue in the page that says Chapter 4 Vocabulary Functions at the top of the page. Top of page 75. At the top of page 75, you're going to write Chapter 4 Vocabulary. Top of page 75, you write Chapter 4 Vocabulary. On page 76, you're going to glue in the other vocabulary page, the one that says linear functions. Linear functions at the top. Linear function. That goes on page 76. Page 77, you're gonna glue in the one that says representing relationships. Representing relationships goes on page 77. Then you're gonna glue in the try it out page with letter A. Try it out page with letter A. That goes on page 78. On page 79, you're going to glue in representing relationships. So this one is slightly different than the other one. It has the multiple representations of linear equations at the top of the page. That goes on page 79. Goes on page 79. You're going to leave page 80 blank. So leave page 80 blank. All right, on page 81, you're going to glue in the page that says relations, and it has the graph on it. That goes on page 81. On page 82, you're gluing in the other page that says relations. It has number 1 at the top. That goes on page 82. On page 83, you're going to glue in the one that says try it out. And it has letter A, express the relation. So that goes on page 83. On page 83. You're going to leave page 84 blank. On 85, you're going to glue in the one that says functions. So 85, it says functions. On page 86, you're going to glue in the one that has number 3 at the top. Identify the independent and dependent variables. That goes on page 86. page 87, you're going to glue in the try it out page for letter A, find each function value. That goes on page 87. Okay. Page 88, you're going to leave blank. Leave page 88 blank. On page 89, you're gluing in linear functions, and it has a number 1. That goes on page 89. On page 90, you're gluing in linear functions that has a number 2 at the top. So that's on page 90, linear functions. On page 91, you're gluing in linear functions, and it has a blank is a function. It also has the representing functions section. That goes on page 91. On page 92, you're going to glue in the one that says 3 and 4. That goes on page 92. All right, on page 93, you're going to glue in compare properties of functions. It has a 1 at the top. That goes on page 93. On page 94, you're going to glue in the one that has a 2 at the top, the function m equals 140h. That goes on page 94. On page 95, you're going to glue in the ones that have 3 and 4. That goes on page 95. On page 96, you're going to glue in the try it out. It has letter A. A certain car has a gas mileage of 22 miles per gallon. That goes on page 96. On page 97, you're going to glue in construct functions. That's 97. On page 98, you're going to glue in the try it problem. It says A, music line, or music inc. That goes on page 98. On page 99, you're going to glue in linear and nonlinear functions. It's page 99. Page 100, you're gluing in the try it out with A and B at the top. Page 101, you're gluing in quadratic functions. It goes on page 101. Quadratic functions. Page 92, you're gluing in the one that says 3 and 4. This goes on page 102. Page 103, you're going in the try it out with A, B, and C on it. It's got a couple graphs. That goes on page 103. Page 104, you're leaving blank. On 105, you're going to glue in qualitative graphs. 105. Page 106, you're gluing in the one that says number 2, a tennis ball. It's page 106. On page 107, you're gluing in the try it out problems. A, B, and C. A says the graph at the right displays the temperature. That's for 107. Page 108, you're going to leave blank. And then on page 109, you're going to glue in your math menu. All right, now that you have everything glued in, we're going to go ahead and fill out our table of contents. All right, so this is what your table of contents should look like. Page 75 through 76, chapter 4 vocab, 77 through 80 representing relationships, 81 to 84 relations, 85 to 88 functions, okay. 89 through 92 linear functions, 93 through 96 compare properties of functions, 97 through 98 construct functions, 99 through 100 linear and nonlinear functions, 101 through 104 quadratic functions, 105 through 108 qualitative graphs, and then on 109 your chapter 4 math menu.